On Friday, a new era began in Luxembourg. Grand Duke Henri officially abdicated the throne in favor of his eldest son, Guillaume. This historic event was filled not only with strict protocol, but also with deep emotions that united the entire royal family and guests from all over Europe. From early in the morning on Friday, all eyes were on the Grand Ducal Palace, where the outgoing Grand Duke Henri and Grand Duchess Maria Theresa welcomed their royal guests. At 10 o'clock in the morning, King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima of the Netherlands arrived at the palace, accompanied by their heiress Princess Amalia, as well as King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of Belgium with Princess Elisabeth. The moment when the young heiresses Amalia and Elisabeth made a deep curtsy before Maria Theresa and Henri of Luxembourg became one of the most touching protocol moments of the day. The abdication ceremony took place in the gilded hall of the Grand Ducal Palace, where Henri, dressed in a military uniform with gold buttons and red epaulets, signed the document officially ending his 24-year reign. Standing beside him was his devoted wife, Maria Theresa, elegant in a burgundy dress with a cape. Despite the official nature of the moment, there were warm and spontaneous smiles exchanged between father and son, which gave the ceremony an especially heartfelt atmosphere. After the abdication ceremony, Grand Duke Henri performed a symbolic gesture. He lowered the flag with his monogram, officially marking the end of his reign. This was followed by the swearing-in ceremony of the new Grand Duke Guillaume before the Chamber of Deputies. It was here that little Prince Charles, the 5-year-old son of Guillaume and Stéphanie, became the true star of the day. As the new heir to the throne, he was present at this important moment for his father, but of course, at his young age, he could not fully follow protocol. Charles entered the hall holding the hand of his grandmother, who is now stepping back from the title of Grand Duchess to dedicate herself to her greatest passion, her grandchildren. She already has 8 grandchildren, and another one is on the way. Princess Alexandra, the sister of the new Grand Duke, attended the ceremony, proudly showing her late pregnancy in a dress that highlighted her figure. Little Charles tried to climb onto his chair, making his grandmother smile and laugh. When the orchestra played the national anthems of Luxembourg and the European Union, the boy covered his ears because of the loud sound. These tender, spontaneous moments gave the official ceremony a special human touch, reminding everyone present of the continuity of generations and the future of the monarchy. For Maria Theresa, the day was especially emotional. Originally from Cuba, she could not hold back her tears as she left the Chamber of Deputies, all the while holding little Charles's hand. Although the decision to abdicate had been voluntary and well thought out, the day was bittersweet for both of them, a mix of sadness at saying farewell to an era and pride in their successors. At one moment, standing on the palace balcony in front of the packed square, where flags of various countries, including Spanish flags, were waving, Maria Theresa could not resist greeting the crowd in her native language, saying, "Hola." The new Grand Duke Guillaume took his oath wearing the traditional dark blue military uniform adorned with gold buttons and embroidery, underlining his status as head of the armed forces. Standing beside him was his wife Stéphanie, in a flowing gown with a corset embroidered with beads and decorative stitching, very similar to the one she chose for their first official portraits released the day before. It is also worth noting the outfits of the royal guests. Queen Máxima of the Netherlands decorated her elaborate hairstyle with 3 small diamond stars from her wedding tiara and completed her majestic green ensemble with matching leather gloves. Her daughter, Princess Amalia, added a special touch of glamour to her monochrome outfit with a large citrine brooch that stood out beautifully on her burgundy dress. Queen Mathilde of Belgium had a small mishap with her handbag, in which she persistently tried to find something during the abdication ceremony but without success. And the new Grand Duchess Stéphanie experienced a minor wardrobe moment when Claude Whistler, the president of the Chamber of Deputies, accidentally stepped on the hem of her dress. After the official swearing-in ceremony, the new Grand Ducal family, Guillaume, Stéphanie, and their children, Charles, 5 years old, and François, 2 years old, appeared on the balcony of the Grand Ducal Palace for the first time before the public as the new rulers of the country. This was followed by a visit to the town hall and the opportunity to greet the crowd gathered at Guillaume II Square, named after the Grand Duke of Luxembourg and King of the Netherlands, who reigned from 1840 to 1849. The day included 2 public appearances, an official joint appearance with the King and Queen of Belgium and the King and Queen of the Netherlands, as well as a reception hosted by the Luxembourg government. Despite all the official protocol, this historic transfer of power will be remembered above all for the small details that made the event more personal and emotional than purely ceremonial. Grand Duke Henri announced his intention to abdicate in December 2024 during his annual Christmas address. Grand Duke Henri is married to Maria Theresa Mestre, Grand Duchess of Luxembourg. They have 5 children: Prince Guillaume, Princess Alexandra, Prince Louis, Prince Felix, and Prince Sebastian. Now, following the example of his father, the late Grand Duke Han, who abdicated the throne in 2000 after 36 years of reign, Henri is passing the reins to his eldest son, opening a new chapter in Luxembourg's history. This historic transition of power is not just a ceremony full of gold, orchestras, and curtsies. It is a moment when the past gently hands over the baton to the future. Grand Duke Henri departs with dignity, leaving behind a quarter of a century of stability and respect. And his son Guillaume steps into a new era in which tradition must harmoniously coexist with modern challenges. It is especially touching that at the center of this event were not only titles and protocol, but also family, children, grandchildren, and genuine human emotions. It is exactly these details that remind us that monarchy is not a museum relic, but a living institution that evolves together with the country. Luxembourg enters a new chapter of its history. And who knows, perhaps those images of little Charles covering his ears during the orchestra will become, decades from now, the symbol of the future generation of the Grand Ducal family. Thank you for being with us on this special day for Europe and the monarchical world. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to ring the bell so you do not miss new royal stories.